So, this is the appearance day of Advaita Charya. He appeared on Magh Shukla Sattami, which is today. He appeared 55 years before Lord Chaitanya came. And because he's the avatar of Mahavishnu, he came to spread Dharma. What's the verse in Gita that talks about Krishna coming to teach Dharma?
Yada yada hi dharmasya glanirvavati bharata abhyudhanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham.
Fourth chapter, 7th verse, what is it? What number is it? 4-7? Yada yada hi dharmasya glanirvavati bharata. So as soon as he was old enough to speak, Advaita started speaking, talking about Dharma, about Bhakti. That's why there's a verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita that glorifies the Panchatattva. You know that verse? Panchatattva Krishnam Bhakti Rupa Srupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakti Shaktikam. So the Bhakta avatar, the avatar of Bhakti is who? Who? Sri Advaita Prabhu ki. Yeah. He's I gotta turn this thing on. Let's turn it on here. Not too bad. Advaita Prabhu ki jai, 2023, Radhakundam ki jai. So Advaita Charya, Mahavishnu came and he preached Dharma. What Dharma? He preached Bhakti Dharma. And the Yuga Dharma for Kali Yuga is Nam Sankirtan. Says in 11th canto of Bhagavatam, Krite Tayatom Vishnam, Chaitayam Brajatom Makai, Dvapayam Parachayam, Kalo Tad Hari Kirtanat. Kalo Tad Hari Kirtanat. Nesha Kalo Kali is Hari Kirtan. Like Kirtanets. So this is the thing. So he started Hare Krishna Kirtan. And who was his Kirtan? Oh, it's not still that good. Advaita Charya's Avirbhav, 2023. So Lord Advaita Charya came 55 years before Lord Chaitanya, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because this is how it works. Before Krishna comes, he sends all his associates first, usually. Same when Krishna himself came, all the Vrishnis came, not everyone came before, then Krishna came. So Advaita Charya came, and as soon as he came, got old enough, he started preaching Bhakti Dharma, Radha Krishna worship. He's known as Acharya because he's a great teacher and a great guru. He had many thousands of disciples. And this book we'll read later, all the disciples initiated. This book is Advaita Prakash, written by Ishan Nagar. This is the authorized biography. Authorized biography of Advaita Charya by Ishan Nagar. This is translated and published by, I believe, Punari Vedyanidhi and Bhumipati, Sri Bhumipati Das Maharaj and Punari Das. We'll read that later. But there's a whole chapter number 6 in Adi Lila Chaitanya Charitamrita dedicated to Advaita Charya Mahima. So in his association, attending his Bhagavatam classes, he was giving Bhagavatam classes every day. He had a house in Navadvip and he had a house in Shantipur, 2 houses. He would go back and forth. And Haridas Thakur was one of his students, eventually took diksha from Advaita Charya. Haridas Thakur is Advaita Parivar. Jayo. Because the Gaudiya IGM says they don't know the guru of Haridas Thakur. But it was written 500 years ago in this book, it was guru is. Anyway. So there's many verses here. We picked out a few verses from Advaita. We'll mention those verses. So I mentioned he's a Bhaktavatar, Panchatabakam Krishnam, Bhaktarupa Supakam, Bhaktavataram Bhaktamyam, but Namami Bhakti Shaktikam. Thank you. Krishna came in 5 features, 5 different forms. He came as Mahavishnu, Sadashiva. He came as Balaram Nityananda. He came as Radharani, Kadar as Radharani, Ladni Shakti. He came as Jiva Tattva. He came as Shakti Tattva, Radharani, Kadar. He came as Jiva Tattva, Jiva Shakti Tattva as Narada Muni, Shivas Thakur. He came as Vishnu Tattva, Advaita, Vishnu Tattva, Nitai Vishnava Garanga. 3 Vishnu Tattva, 10 Prabhus. Prabhu means Bhagavan, not your new Bhakta. Prabhu means Prabhu Garanga. And Chaitanya Charitamrita said, Prabhu Kai, just we knew Bhakta said. It means Prabhu Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, not Prabhu Aramaya said. Hey Prabhu, hey Mataji. I'm not Mataji. I'm not your, first of all, not your mother. I'm not 99 years old either. So if I'm India, 99 years old, you call me Mataji. And if I'm your mother, you can call me Mataji. Maybe your mother will like it. Anyway, so this is a nice prayer. Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya Jai Nityananda Jai Vaita Chandra Jai Gaura Bhaktarinda. My 6-year-old Vaita Das, he told me he likes this prayer very much because everyone else, all the others, it glorifies the 3 Prabhus, but the other 2 Prabhus only got 1 name. Vaita got 2. He made a point because it says Chaitanya and Nityananda. It says Jai Sri Chaitanya. Sri is for everybody. So Chaitanya, Jai and Vaita Chandra. So he's not just a Vaita Chandra. So Vaita Das says we got more points on this verse. This is pride in Parivar. Because we're Vaita Parivar. We're in the family of Vaita Charya. That's a great fortune. And next verse here was some other verse I talked the other time. This is verse 12, Adi 1. Jagat Mangala Advaita, Mangala Guna Dham, Mangala Charitra Sada, Mangala Janra Nam. So, Jagat Mangala Advaita. Advaita is auspicious for the whole universe. Mangala Guna Dham. Dham means he's an abode, he's a reservoir, he's a place of all auspicious qualities. Mangala Charitra Sada. His charitra means his character. Chaitanya Charita Tamrita. Nectarine story, life story. Charita means biography, life story. So Sara said Mangala Charitra Sada. The teaching, the life story, biography of the Vaita is always auspicious at all times. And then Mangala Janra Nam. And his name at Vaita Rupa is auspicious. Vaita Krishna Das. That's his nephew. He's Chacha. Uncle. Chacha. All the Indian names. Mama, Chacha, Masi, Fufu. One person called Fufu. Who's a Fufu? Which one's that?
Bua's husband. Father's sister husband.
Father's sister's husband called Fufu. Hey, Fufu! When I heard that, he raised my Fufu. I broke up laughing. I was in Delhi at a party with a bunch of Indians. I couldn't control my insanity. He's my Fufu. Because my mother had a Siamese cat named Fufu. When he said his father's uncle was Fufu, I started laughing. I thought, oh my God, what a crazy thing. But that's just a name. But to me, it sounds like some cartoon name or something. Buckwheat, alfalfa, Fufu. So, Mama, Chacha, Masi, they're okay. They didn't disturb my brain too much. But Fufu, Fufu made me crazy. The guy is okay, but his child, his identity was a little funny. So, this is text 21. Advaita chapter 6, excuse me. Chapter 6. That's all that's from chapter 6. Advaita Charya Koti Brahmandara Karta Ara Eka Eka Murti Brahman Andara Varta. Advaita Charya is the creator of millions and millions of universes. And by his expansions, Garbhadaksha Vishnu, he maintains each and every universe. Wow. Because that's his aspect as Mahavishnu. This is verse 26 of chapter 6 Advaita. Mahavishnura Amsha Advaita Gunadam Ishre Abeda Tani Advaita Purnanam. Shri Advaita is a reservoir of virtues. He is the main limb of Mahavishnu. His full name is Advaita, for he is identical in all respects with Mahavishnu. Advaita means not two. Advaita, not two. Not is one. He's oneness. Advaita. So he's identical with Mahavishnu. Purve Jache Kaila Sarveshwara Srijan Avatari Kaila Evi Bhakti Pravartan. As he had formerly manifested all the universes, now he descends to introduce the path of bhakti. There's one word in this verse, Srijan. Srijan is like Shristi. It's a very tricky word. You see it throughout this Chaitanya Charitamrita by BBT books. They always translate Srijan as created. But everything's eternal, there's no creation. Were we created? Valentina. No. We're Nitya. Jo Nitya Shastato Yam Prana Hanite Hanimani Shari. We're eternally manifest. We're as old as God. But everywhere this word is there, Srijan, many times in this chapter, because it talks about Mahavishnu, who's the creator. But Mahavishnu is not a creator, he's a manifester. Because Srijan in Sanskrit, you can look it up in Google if you want. The Srijan means to emit, but the BBT and they always translate as creator, so it sounds like the Bible. In the beginning there was this and that, and God created this, but there's no creation. In the Hindu Dharma, there's no creation because everything's eternal. So what? Ding dong, ding dong. Our brain works in cause and effect. Cause means creation, and effect means creation. The creator and the creation. Who created God? Nobody. Who created anything? Nobody. It's just all manifested by the Icha of Bhagavan. Icha Shakti manifests everything. But it's eternally manifest. When did it start? It's always been. Like, whoa. Short circuit, boing, boing, all this hair starts flying out, you know. Because we have box brain and linear thinking, cause and effect. When you go to a causeless world, then we got crazy. So I want to make this point out to you, when you read, you see the word creation in English anywhere, and Shastra translates creation, you just know that doesn't work, because there's nothing created. The Sanskrit word shija means to let it go, to emit, to send forth. Send forth. We're in Mahavishnu, and he just lets us out. Okay, like, you have flowers, a bunch of flower petals in your hand, and let them go, whoo, and they're all over you. You have powder in your hand. It's more, you'll get used to this more now. Holy, whoo, they go all over the place. So the jivas are inside Vishnu, when he lets them go, boom. And there's a million more of that. How many rays of sun are in the sun? It just keeps emanating rays. Because we were just listening to that tape, Clear Truth About the Jivatma, reading from that book of Satyanarayana. And he was there. The man came and was listening. And he said, when a jiva gets liberated, that means there's one jiva missing. So what does Vishnu do? He lets loose one more. Lets one guy out of the cage. One jiva's inside Vishnu. Okay, your turn. You gotta go there and take his place. Take Shiva's place. He got liberated. You need another Shiva number 2. So he lets loose another one. Oh, it's really far out. Never the universe will be empty. It's always, even in physics, they talk about quantum balance of energy. Energy can never be created or destroyed, they say like that. It just changes that way. So, he created all the universes. He didn't create them, he just let them forth. It says that the universe emanates from his body like drops of sweat emanate in your body, like drops of sweat in the summer, just all in your body. They just come out, the universe come out with pores. Like really psychedelic God, It's like, you don't have to take LSD, just reach Chaitanya Charitamrita. It's just read about the creation. And it's like, wow, it's like, what, you'll be, after about a half hour, you'll be somewhere in another consciousness. So he descended to introduce Bhakti. Bhakti Pravartan. This is text 28, chapter 6 of the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Jiva Nistarila Krishna Bhakti Kari Dan Gita Bhagavate Kaila Bhakti Vyakyan. Jiva Nistar. Nistar means delivered. He delivered everyone Krishna Bhakti Dan by giving the donation, giving the charity of Krishna Bhakti. Gita Bhagavat, Bhakti Vyakyan. Vyakyan means speech. Vyakyan. We say Vyakaran. Sanskrit grammar is called Vyakaran. So it means how to speak properly in Sanskrit. Doors can open. Yes. Oh, that was good. He went back. Good move. So, Vyakyan, Bhakti, he spoke about Bhakti based on what?
Gita and Bhagavad.
Come on. 1 point for South Indian Brahmins. North Indian Brahmins, one love. He's got love. He's got 1 point. You like catch up to him? It's good to have love also. It's good to be a loser if you have love. You're a loving loser, that's okay. I'm a loser, I ain't got nothing. Like this guy, he got nothing, but he's got love. So he's good. No house, no car, no wife, no kids, no bank account. He's got love, so he's good. He's a winner. Like we often say, what's life? Life without love is not worth living. Right? Sadhguru was just speaking. Didn't you hear his last lecture? He said 190,000 kids commit suicide in India every year. Why? Kids under 18, 190,000. Because there's no love. It's sad news. Anyway, so he delivered Jiva Nistar by giving Krishna Bhakti. And how do you give Krishna Bhakti? By teaching Bhagavatam Gita. This is where it comes from. Nice translation. It's not in the verse, but it's a nice translation. He delivered all living beings by offering the gift of Krishna Bhakti. That's in the verse. He explained Gita and Bhagavatam. That's in the verse. In the light of devotional service. Light is not there, but that's a nice twist. Nice addition. He stroked Bhakti. He described Gita and Bhagavatam from a Bhakti viewpoint. He taught Bhakti. Because Advaitins and Rishikesh and Hardware, he was just out there tackling those guys. The Advaitins, they preached Bhagavad Gita, Chinmayananda, 1,000 classes on Gita and Bhagavatam, but about conception, Advaita conception. As in Sanskrit, you can take it this way, that way. But Advaitacharya, he described the light of Bhakti. That's a nice point. Text 29. Bhakti Upadesha Vina Tanra Nayakarya Ateva Nama Haila Advaita Acharya. Bhakti Upadesh, what does that mean? Upadesha Amrita, what does that mean?
Instructions.
Huh?
Instructions.
Bhakti Upadesh means he gave. Upadesh means instructions, shiksha, teachings about bhakti. That was his only karya, nayanya karya. He had no other work. He just taught bhakti. Since he didn't have any other occupation except teaching bhakti, his name is Vaitacharya. So he's a Brahmin. His name is Mishra. He's also a Mishra Brahmin. And he just taught bhakti and Krishna did the rest. What's the verse? The Krishna takes care of the devotees. You agree? 9:22? Gita 9:22. You agree? You just say it. Ananyas chintiyanto mam ye jana parivashate tesha nitya vyuktana yoga shemam vamyam. I preserve what you have, I carry what you have. I'll keep Marlika's knowledge of music and give her more knowledge. Bala too. You're going to be singing South Indian bhajans if they keep decorating your hair like that. That's his side of the world. All the girls they have that hanging in their hair, you know. I went to Balaji Temple, Mahabaleshwar, all the temples in South India. Shiv Kanchi, Vishnu Kanchi, Chidambaram, Mysore, everywhere I went, all over the place, 86 and 87. And they saw all the ladies got that in their hair. They had some mogra flowers hanging on their hair, you know. You saw? It's just typical South Indian thing. So now you're gonna start chanting Radha Sahasranam, start chanting Vishnu Sahasranam. It's okay. Mahanidhi, Mahakrama, Mahanidhi is Vishnu Sahasranam, you know. Okay. Right on. Vaishnavara Guru, Jagatara Arya, Duina Milane Haila Advaita Acharya. Advaita Acharya is the spiritual master of all devotees. Vaishnava Guru, Jagatara Arya, all the Aryans in the whole universe. What is an Aryan? Aryan. Aryan civilization. Dravidian civilization. He's a Dravidian.
To follow Sanatana Dharma, Anaryan is opposite.
Arya, not Anarya, Arya. Arya means North Indian Brahmins, Saraswat Brahmins. Dravidian Brahmins, South India. Prabhupada translated Aryan as one who's serious about spiritual life. Anarya means somebody from America. Russia or some other place. Not interested in spiritual life. So he was Jagadari, all the Aryans, all the spiritually inclined people, he was the guru for everyone. Nice to know. Prabhupada's purport, Srila Prabhupada, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Sri Advaita Acharya is the prime spiritual master of all Vaishnavas. He is worshipable by all Vaishnavas. Vaishnavas must follow in the footsteps of Advaita Acharya. For by doing this, you can engage in Krishna's service. What is the preferred name of Advaita? Advaita Acharya, Advaita Prabhu?
Advaita Prabhu.
Advaita Chandra.
Prabhu. Advaita Prabhu.
Advaita Prabhu. Acharya is okay. You can see the name is used in this book, Advaita Acharya. But generally in this book, it's the perverse Advaita Acharya, Chaitanya Chodhuri. But in the Vaishnava Samaj, Samaj means the group of Vaishnavas, Gaudiya Vaishnavas, generally they say Advaita Prabhu. Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Prabhu, and Mahaprabhu, team Prabhus, but two Prabhus and one Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But in the book you see Advaita Acharya. So ISKCON and Gaudiya Mata usually say Advaita Acharya. But for us, where Advaita Prabhu is from, look in your Diksha Patra, it says Advaita Prabhu. We should look at it sometime. The Advaita Prabhu Parivar. So Advaita Prabhu. It sounds nice too, I like it myself. This is text 34. Janhara Tulsi Jale Janhar Hunkare Swagana Saite Chaitanya Avatari. It says in the Sanskrit that they worship with Tulsi and Ganga Jal. Generally, they say worship of Shalagram Shila. Here it says he worshiped Krishna. The verse doesn't say, it just said he with Tulsi and Ganges water. It just says Jal, but it was Tulsi, Ganges water. And he cried out in a loud voice. And because of his puja and his crying, so Archana and Vandanam, these are two forms of devotional service. Archana and Vandanam. Vandanam means offering prayers. So he's crying, praying for the Lord to come, and doing puja, worshipping. And so then Mahaprabhu appeared on earth with his associates. Swagan Saite Chaitanya Avatar. Avatar means descent. Doesn't mean incarnation, the wrong way to say. He descends. He descends. He doesn't incarnate as Jesus. God in the flesh is carnal. The word carnal means flesh. So incarnation means in the flesh. But these are all transcendental personalities. So the word avatar means one who comes down. We say descent of the Lord, one who comes down, one who appears. So we should not use the word incarnation. We see a lot in books, but it's not actually correct. We should know. So text 36, text 35, 36, 37. Adi chapter 6, 35. Janra Dwara Kaila Prabhu Kirtan Prachar. Janra Dwara Kaila Prabhu Jagat Nistar. Gauranga Mahaprabhu delivered the whole universe through the door of Advaita, the Kirtan of Advaita. Janra Dwara Prabhu Kirtan Prachar. Mahaprabhu, he spread, prachar means spread, kirtan prachar, he spread, or he engaged in preaching through the door of Advaita. So you should be a great kirtan person, you also. The Advaita is the door to the kirtan movement. You already are also. Janadwara Prabhu, and through the door of Advaita, Lord Chaitanya delivered the universe. Because Lord Chaitanya didn't preach and initiate. Advaita Nityananda preached and initiated. Advaita Prabhu Parivar. Nityananda Prabhu Parivar. Mahaprabhu no Diksha. He told them to give Diksha. So through their doorway of their mercy, the Harinam spread, and the Diksha mantra spread, and the Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya spread. And you're a spreader. Two spreaders. Acharya Gosai, Guna Mahima Apar. The Guna Mahima, the glorious qualities of Advaita are unlimited, apar. Vrindavan apar. There's a bhajan like that. Huh?
Radhe Alveli Sarkar, Bhajeya Radhe Radhe.
Yeah, Vrindavan apar.
Naam apar, Bhajeya Radhe Radhe.
Radharani's name is unlimited because unlimited glories for Radharani's name. Radharani apar. Vrindavan apar. Jiva Kita Kotai Paiveke Tarapar. How can an insect, Jiva Kita, how can an insect like Jiva, me, Krishna Skaraj, reach the end of the glories of Advaita? His glories are unlimited. Guru Mahima Apar. Advaita Prabhu, Advaita Prabhu. Advaita Prabhu. Because I was, 38 years of Advaita, so I got to rework my hard drive, waiter. This is a nice verse, 37. Acharya Gosai. Acharya Gosai means Advaita. He's the Acharya Gosai. Chaitanya Mukhya Anga. What does Mukhya mean?
Me.
That's Mukh. Mukhya means important, chief, main. Mukh, mouth. Close. Because the mouth is the main part of you for sure. Women, that's the main part. The mouth. Mukhya is, they always got something to say. That's okay. They're talking about Krishna. It's good. Otherwise, it's shut up. No, they're great. Women are great, men are great. Like Prabhupada used to say, men are very nice, women are very nice, but together they're not nice. I don't know if you said that, but people say he said it. That's in the book, Prabhupada. People say Prabhupada said book. So Acharya Gosai Chaitanya Mukhya Anga Ara Eka Anga Tanar Prabhu Nityananda. This is a very nice verse because it's very nice for us because although in the totality of Gaudiya Vaishnavas, the weight of Vairava is small. If you want to do it by percentage wise of all the Asamis, Gaudiya Vaishnavas from Assam and Tripura and Manipur and Bengal and Bangladesh, there's lots of devotees in Bangladesh, and Orissa and Bihar, that's the most, all the Gaudiya Vaishnavas are there, number-wise. 80%, 85% are Nityananda Parivar. Maybe 10% are Advaita Prabhu and 5% are Narottam Shamananda, etc., etc. Gadar, Pandit. Very small. So we're very small. But this verse is a very big verse because it says that Advaita is the Mukhya Anga of Chaitanya. They should hear this. The guys across the street, Nitai Dam, hey, listening. Wait just Mukhya Anga, you guys know. 10% are walls, 10% lives count. I think a t-shirt, 10%ers count. Here's my little screen. I'll put that on there. He said, see, Acharya Gosai Mukhya Anga. There's another guy. R.A. Ganga. There's another one named Nityananda. Of course, Nityananda is big. But the verse is a very nice verse for us. Because as Krishna's Kaviraj is saying, the Mukhya Anga. And then Upanga, not even an Anga. Upanga means a little part. Is Shivas and is smaller limbs. Doesn't mention Gadar. Because Gadar is running. So he said by Shivas or smaller limbs. That's really cool. Nice verse. Acharya Gosai Mukhya Anga. Ekanga, another one left in Nityananda. Shiny time. 641. Lokik lilate dharma maryada rakshan stuti bhakti karena tanra charana vandan. To maintain the proper etiquette, Maryada means behavior, rules of conduct, behavior, etiquette, for Dharma, Chaitanya Maharaj bows down at the feet of Advaita with reverential prayers and devotion. Because Dharma, we respect our Gurujan. Gurujan means our seniors. Senior by maybe a king, maybe a 15-year-old king. He's a king, he's 15. You're a 99-year-old guy, you'll bow down to the king because of his position. By age, you're more respectable, but he's a king, so bow down. Like Shri Goswami was 16 years old. He was seeing Bhagavatam, but he was a guru for all Vashishta Muni, Atreya Rishi, all the great rishis and sages came about, made obeisance to Shukamuni, 16-year-old kid. Because he's Brahman realized, and his son of yesterday, he was empowered by Krishna to speak Bhagavatam. So they all show respect to him. Even though he's so junior, so young. The sages who were sitting in front of him were 600 years old. Chiranjeevs were in front of him. Chiranjeevs, Markandeya Rishi was sitting there. Namasharishi, Chiranjeev, the guys lived for millions of years. They're like, Shridev Ki Jai. This is called Maryada. Maryada Avatar Ramachandra. So, Lord Chaitanya is 55 years younger than Advaita. And Advaita, he Nimai Pandit, but that he didn't have until he was 11 or 12 years old. He became Digvijay Pandit. But even then, he respected Advaita because he was a guru, he was a charya, he was a guru, he was a Brahmin, and he was older. And Advaita didn't like that because, Chaitanya is God. He's Swayam Bhagavan Sri Krishna. And I mean, Advaita is also God, but he's a different aspect. He's Mahavishnu. So we're being reminded here how important etiquette is. It's important to show respect to our seniors, mother, father. Like someone was asking the other day, who's the Adi Guru? Someone asked. Yeah, and the person said, I don't know what they said, Prabhupada or something. and then they said, what about mother and father? The original first guru was mother and father. And basically, Adi Guru is mother. Father's a bum, The mother teaches everything. Isn't it so? Mother teaches everything.
Not possible mother without father.
Yeah, that's also there.
No chance.
That's the downside. That's the unfortunate reality.
There's no chance.
Men have some use. 643, chapter 6. Se avivan sukhi apana pasari Krishna dasao jiva upadeshakari. Even though Mahaprabhu was showing respect to Advaita Acharya because of age and position and being a Acharya, he didn't like it. He had the Abhiman Pasare. He lost himself in the joy of Seva Abhiman. What does Abhiman mean? Voice from the shadows spoke up. Mentality, way of thinking, mindset. Modern term, not so modern, 50 years old term. Mindset. Abhiman. What you think is what you are. If you think das, then you're certain of everybody. His Abhiman, he found happiness by forgetting that he's Acharya and just singing on Krishna Das. He forgot himself in the joy of that conception and he told every living entities, you're all servants of Mahaprabhu. Jiva Upadeshakari. That's nice. Jiva Upadeshakari. Krishna Das Abhimane Jayananda Sindhu, Anand Sindhu, Koti Brahma Sukha Nai Tarika Bindu. Wow. The mentality of being Krishna Das is an ocean of bliss. What do you think? Got a few waves? Got a few waves? Waves, ocean waves. You don't have an ocean, we have a few waves. Hope so. Just flash you a little bit. Koti Brahma Sukha Ekabindu. The happiness of Brahman realization, of millions of Brahman realizations, is one drop compared to the bliss of Seva. What do we say? Seva is bliss. B-L-E-E-S. Bliss. If you do this transcendental meditation, this TM process I can teach you for only $150. I'll teach you and you'll experience transcendental bliss. Bliss. 645. The conception of being Krishna Das, serving Krishna, an ocean of joy in the soul. Even the joy of oneness with the Absolute, multiplied 10 million times, can't compare a drop to it. 10 million times Brahman, Brahmanan equals one drop. Not even one drop. Muni J. Chaitanya Das R. Nityanand, Dasabhava Samanai Anyatra Anand. The Advaita says, what does the Advaita say? You don't know? Nityananda and I are servitors of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Nowhere else there is such joy to be tasted in the emotion of servitude. What do you think? Is it right? What's this? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, sure.
Okay, I think so. I feel so. Serving Vaishnava is Param Sukh. Serving Krishna is Sora Sukh. Okay. The serving Vaishnava is Paramanand. Paramanand. Serving Krishna is Shotanand. Varanand, Kulanand, Paramanand is serving Vaishnava. Because you get two benefits. If you serve Krishna, Krishna's happy, good deal, okay. If you serve Vaishnava, Krishna's more happy if you serve Vaishnava, and the Vaishnava's happy, so you get two times happy. And you're happy also, you get 3 times happy. You serve Krishna, you get 2 times happy. You're happy this, and Krishna's happy, okay. Krishna says, one who serves my Vaishnavas, serves my devotees is my real devotee. He gets some mercy. Incidentally, this is advertising for strawberries. Someone gave me strawberries. I read on the net, if you mix strawberries with baking soda, it helps make your teeth white. That's a funny thing. I saw that on the net. So I said, if I get some strawberries, I'll try it out. So I don't know, but maybe it's offensive to use my strawberries. Just eat them and hold it in there. I don't know. Whatever. Old age brings all kinds of good news, you know. Everything falls apart. Your shine, your gleam, your shine, your beauty, everything goes out. Good night, goodbye. You're finished, man. This is 646. Parama prayasi lakshmi vidaya vasati tena dasi sukhamagi karya menati. Lakshmi Devi, lying on the chest of Krishna, or Narayan to be more exact, translated Krishna. As you know, this is Krishna conscious, everything's Krishna. It says Harinam, the verse says Harinam, and the translation says Chang Hare Krishna Mantra. That's also right now, but it doesn't say that exactly. But it's poetic license. It's okay. No harm. But Lakshmi is the wife. Not Krishna doesn't have a wife to start with, and he doesn't have anything on his chest except, Radharani. So God's fortune is on the chest of Narayan. Yet she too is praying and begging for the joy of serving Krishna's feet. Dasya Sukha Mage, and it doesn't say feet either. That's a lot of these translations or idea of the translator, which is okay, because he's generally massaging the feet of Narayan. So the idea is she gets Krishna's service, she'll massage his feet. Well, there's no word like that. It just says, literally what it says is she's praying and she's begging, she's offering prayers and begging for Dasya Sukha. Sukha means happiness and Dasya means service. Happiness is service. Seva is bliss. So it's nice that the word, I like these books because the word for word is there. You can translate yourself. I gave many classes on CC and I translated myself. I read the translation and also explained what the verse says. It gets more, you get more accurate and more understanding also. You put them both together, it's also good. This is text 47. Dasi Bhave Anandita Parishad Gan Vidi Bhava Narada Arashuka Sanatan. All the Parishads, Parishad Gana means a group of associates, eternal associates of Krishna. They all experience bliss and Dasya Bhava. That's like where our Stairati is Madhurirati. Our Stairati as Manjaris is not Dasirati, but our Bhav is Dasi Bhav. Kinkari, Dasi Bhav. Kinkari means Dasi, means servant. And Anuraj, and he's in Vatsarya Bhav, but that's his Stairati, his permanent loving mood towards Krishna, is apparent, but he has the mood of a servant. This is a bliss. Dasya Bhava Anandita Parishad. Vidi Bhava. Vidi means Brahma, Bhava means Shiva. Narada Muni and others, including Sukha and Sanatan Kumar. 4 Kumars, Shukadeva Goswami. Everyone feels the bliss of Dasya Bhava. Nityananda Avadut Sabate Agala Chaitanya Das Suprema Haile Pago. Chaitanya Avadut becomes Pago. What does Pago mean?
Mad.
Bad person. Tell him. No, I mean, becomes mad. Ago becomes Pago. Did not Avadut Sabate Ago. Chaitanya Das Prem Pago. Nityananda, wandering mendicant, Avadut, is the foremost associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sabate Agala, foremost of all. He becomes mad in the ecstasy of serving Lord Chaitanya. There you have it. What more we have here? There's some more. Want to hear more?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. There's more. A lot more. The whole chapter. Let's pick out some different ones. 51. This is Adi 6, verse 74. Tapash, this is a verse from Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 83rd chapter. On Kurukshetra meeting. Did you go to Kurukshetra? I haven't gone. You got to get your sidekick there and go to Kurukshetra. That must be on your bucket list, they say here. Bucket list. Places we have to go. That's a long drive. It's about 4 hours from Delhi. It's a long one. So the same road basically going Harbor. They'll change the direction at a certain time. Okay, text 74. Tapas charantam agyaya swapada swarshanashaya sakyo pate ya agrajit panim saham tad kriya margini. Kriya margini. Cleaning the home. Lady cleans home. Knowing me to be performing austerities with the desire to touch his feet, he came with his friend Arjuna and accepted my hand. I don't know why. This is Kalindi. This is Kalindi describing her marriage to Krishna. Oh, it's the wrong page, I wonder. The verse was marked there, but it was from 2007. It wasn't this year. I gave some talk about that, Kalindi or something like that. Excuse me, little shakes out. Kalindi Maharani ki jai. Jamuna Maharani ki jai. Jai Jamuna Mai. This is not very loud. Shit. Oh, microphone. Volume's too low. Right. Right, Sham. So this is right. Text 86, chapter 6. Chaitanya Dasamuni, Chaitanya Das, Chaitanya Dasmuni, Chaitanya Dasara Das. The Lord Chaitanya is speaking. I am a servant of Chaitanya. I am a servant of Chaitanya. I am a servant of Chaitanya. And a servant of Chaitanya's servants. Chaitanya Das, Chaitanya Das, Chaitanya Das, Dasara Das. Now that's a lot of das's. That's nice, Bob. So what happens when he says this? Words have power. Do you believe? Like someone says, I hate you, that pinches your heart. Someone says, I love you, that gives a little, like, massage to your heart, you know. Yeah, okay. That's nice. That's not good. I say America, I hate your guts. There's a slang, I hate your guts. You know, that's like, oh, leave my guts alone. Don't interfere with my digestion, please. Do anything, but don't mess around my digestion. Hate your guts. You know, like they used to, anyway. Stay on topic. One of my friends, he tells me, one of my editor, my godbrother, he says, Maharaj, always remember, stay on topic. Because I have a tendency to go fly off everywhere. So he says, stay on topic. So I have this voice in my head, stay on topic, stay on topic. Don't tell about your, serving pastimes in 1965. Nobody wants to hear about. They want to hear about Krishna, Radharani, and Chaitanya, and that. They don't want to hear about your nonsense. So yeah, okay. Stay on topic. Yes, sir. I remember I was on Sankirtan, I met this guy. No, we don't want to hear about your Sankirtan. We want to hear Tattva Siddhanta, Leela, Shlokas. So I'm trying my best. Sometimes I get a little bent out of shape, Forgive me. Etavali nache gai hunkara gambira shaneke vasya acharya hare sustira. After saying Chaitanya Das, Chaitanya Das, Chaitanya Das, Dasara Das, Advaita starts dancing and loudly singing, and then he sits down quietly. He says, Hunkar, you know what hunkar means? Hunkar means roaring. roaring like a lion. Rah! You ever been in Mayapur and heard the elephants trumpeting?
Yes.
I was there once in Mayapur, and I was sleeping. It was an evening time. And Sundaway was tickling the throat of the elephant to make her laugh. And I thought the whole building was shaking. It was so loud, so deep and so loud. I was staying nearby Subhak Swami's room. I said, "What is that? Is that a lion or a tiger? What is it, a Bengali tiger out there in the fields or what?" He said, "No, that's an elephant." I never heard elephant before, making noise. I don't see many elephants around, I didn't grow up with elephants or anything. I didn't watch much television, elephant television, So, it's frightening, isn't it? So you don't know what it is like. So that's what Hankar means. Hankar. So the waiter was screaming like that, Chaitanya Das, Chaitanya Das, running around and says, "Oh, okay, cool down." So one guy's Navadu, another guy's a crazy, old guy, amazing energy. Let's see what else we have here. Not get distracted here with your Mahanidhi. This is nice. This is text 92. Kaya Mana Vakya Bhakti Sada Karya. What does Kaya mean? Means body. They have Kaya skin clinics. Go get a facial done for 500 rupees. You're gonna go to that wedding, I better get a facial done. 500 rupees, they're gonna put these wedding, I gotta look good. Kaya means body. Mano means mind. Vakya means vacha, words. So, there's glorification right there. With his Kaya, Mana, Vakya, Bhakti, Sadakarya. He's always engaging in bhakti, service of Krishna, with his thoughts, his words, and his actions, his bodily activities. Vakya Kaya, Muni Chaitanya Anuchar, Muni Tanra Bhakta, Mane Bhave Nirantar. By his words, he always declares, "I am a servant of Chaitanya." And with his mind, he always thinks, "I am Chaitanya's devotee." This guy, he's flying off. Doesn't stick on very good. So he's convinced himself, we should have the same, he's being a devotee of Lord Chaitanya, Advaita Acharya, but we're dasis of Radharani. Radha Dasi. So we should always think, we should become ecstatic, we should roar out, "I am Radha Dasi, ah!" and run around crazy. And sit down quietly and run around crazy. "I am Radha Dasi, I am Radha Dasi." If you do that long enough, you get locked up in Agra. There's a nut house in Agra for crazy people. They lock you up there. Should I say nut house? It's not where they have roasted nuts and cashews and stuff. You'd be in charge of that nut house. There's a different kind of nut. This is the end here. Advaita Acharya Gosai, Mai Mahapara, Yanar Hankara Kaya Chaitanya. The glories of Advaita are boundless. Mahimapara, on no end to it. His sincere vibrations. That's a nice, respectful way to translate Hankara. Sincere vibrations. Hankara means roaring like a lion. The Advaita is roaring like a lion. They caused Lord Chaitanya to descend to this world. Sankirtan Pracharya Sava Jagat Tarila Advaita Parshade Loka Prema Dana Pila. Advaita Prabhu liberated the universe by preaching Sankirtan. Thus the people of the world got the treasure of Prem by the mercy of Advaita. Advaita Prasad Loka Premadan Pila. Premadan Pila. They receive. Somebody's come on in. Somebody's outside the door. Open the doors. It's a guy who just got married. Ganapati Baba. He's a Brahmin now. Gotta watch out. Go Benaya. Jai Radhe. Jai Radhe. Mr. and Mrs.
My father Maharaj.
Jai Ho, Jai Radhe. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Maharaj.
Yeah, no problem. Wait to Shari Prabhu Ki Jai. She sent me a picture. You were someplace doing something. Sit down, relax, normal. Good. They're married, Ganapati and Aditi. Father. That's your father. What's his good name?
Subramaniam.
Subramaniam. Oh, nice name. Subramaniam. So we're hearing about the glories of Advaita, and he was always absorbed in Dasya Bhava of Lord Chaitanya, and always engaged in Harinam Sankirtan. And he was a Mukhya Anga. Krishnadas Kaviraj says that Advaita is a Mukhya Anga of Lord Chaitanya. It's the main limb. And Ara Anga, another limb was Nityananda. He specifically said Advaita is a Mukhya Anga, because Advaita is a Gurujan. He's a Gurujan for Lord Chaitanya. He's 55 years older. He was an Acharya and a Guru before Lord Chaitanya was born. He was preaching Bhakti, based the teachings of Bhakti Siddhanta, based on Gita and Bhagavatam. He was giving class every day in Gita and Bhagavatam, initiated many people. So we're just finishing the glories in chapter 6 of Adi Chaitanya Charitamrita. This verse, Advaita Mahima Ananta Ke Pari Kahite Se Like Se Ye Suni Mahajan Haite. Who can describe the unlimited Ananta Mahima? Ananta Mahima, who can describe the unlimited glories of Advaita? I, Krishnadas Kaviraj, are writing in this book as much as I know from great authorities, Mahajans. Acharya Charane Mori Koti Namaskar Ite Kichu Aparada Nalabe Amar. Offer 10 million obeisances at the feet of Advaita Acharya. Please do not take offense at this. Tomar Mahima Koti Samudra Agada. Unfathomable, depthless oceans, millions of oceans, your glories. Tomar Mahima. Your glories are deeper than millions of oceans. Tahara Iyata Kai Ibad Aparad. Speaking of it, whatever, I don't know. I feel, whatever. Jaya 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 Sri Advaita Jaya 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 Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Arya. All glories to Advaita Acharya, to Mahaprabhu and Nityananda. Vaidacharya Prabhu Titi Ki Jai. And we'll read, this is the authorized biography of Vaidacharya written by his servant Ishan Nagar. Ishan Nagar joined the household of Vaidacharya in Navadvip and in Chandipur when he was 5 years old. Became a house servant. He lived 65 years with Vaidacharya. Vaidacharya lived for 125 years. This book was written in 1568 AD. And I was initiated by my guru in 2014, around the 14th of December. And I got this book, biography, because he decided to read it. So I got it the 14th, I came back the 15th, and I asked him to sign it. So I'll pass around, you can see his signature. This book will help, this book, you know, he was in 2014, he was about 98 years old or so, 96. So this book will help to know the autobiography of Sri Advaita Prabhu, Sri Krishnadas Bhakti Tirth. Hey, look, I'll pass around. See his sacred writing, Gurudev's writing. The Vaidacharya had 6 sons. Who are they? One was a sannyasi brahmachari his whole life, Achyutananda. Krishna Mishra, Gopal Mishra, Krishna Mishra, Gopal Mishra, Jagadish Mishra, Sarup Mishra, and one other one, Balaram Mishra. 6 sons. And some of them became Advaitins. Their father's name was Advaita, but they took up the impersonal philosophy, Advaitin philosophy, but three of them stayed with Bhakti. Krishna Mishra Goswami, Achyutananda Maharaj, and Gopal Maharaj. And also Balaram, he was Vaishnava, Gaudiya Vaishnava, initiated by his father. Then he took up the weight, then he came back. So he started good, went bad, and came back good. So 3 stayed like that. So our line from Advaita is Krishna Mishra Goswami, our family line. And Krishna Mishra is described, he's mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita, that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was resting in his heart. It's a nice glorification. He's our Param Patriarch, our godfather of our whole family line, Krishna Mishra. He's the son of Vaidacharya, and he's described in Chaitanya Charitamrita that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was always resting in his heart. He was put in charge of worshiping the deity of Madan Gopal. Madan Gopal is the name of the Ishtadevata of Advaita. And Gurudev gave me that name, Madan Gopal Das. Mahanidhi Madan Gopal Das. So where's that book? Okay. So we'll read from this book something. I didn't. This is a childhood pastime of Advaita Prabhu. His mother had a dream of Shiva. One day, her name is Lava Devi. Lava Devi. So Advaita's mother fell asleep with Advaita. And at the end of the night, she had a dream. She perceived that her son was Lord Shiva. So then, in the dream, she offered prayers. And then Lord Shiva said in the dream, "Why are you praying to me?" He said, "You're a son of Shiva. You're the guru of the entire creation. You remain everywhere in innumerable living entities. You're Mahavishnu, the father of all living entities. Please give me the water of your lotus feet." And so then Lavadevi said, "What a wonderful dream I had. Whatever one dreams at the end of night comes true." Now watch your dreams. Whatever you dream at the end of night comes true. That's what it says. According to astrology, whatever one dreams at the end of the night comes true. The waiter woke up and asked his mother, "Mother, what are you saying?" Then his mother said, "There's no need for you to know." The waiter said, "Please tell me what your dream was. Otherwise I will stop chanting and dancing." That's a pretty good son. His mother said, "Listen, darling, you're just a child. You'll not understand." So then the mother told the whole story of the dream from beginning to end while crying tears of ecstasy. The waiter promised her, "I will bring," their child, the waiter said, "I'll bring all the holy places here." And then his mother said, "If you do that, then I'll consider this dream as true." So then the kid said, "Okay, tonight you'll see all the holy places will come here in your house." Advaita Prabhu, that night in meditation, Advaita Prabhu called all the holy places a mystic power. When they came there, he said, "Listen." They all asked him, he said, "Why do you call us here?" "I want you to stay on top of that mountain over there." And then all the holy places said, "If we stay there, the glories of all the holy places will be ruined." Then the waiter said, "No, you have to come here and stay for 1 year." This is really wild. They said, "What day should we come to the mountain?" Come Krishna Triyodasi in Madhu Mas, March, April. I said, "Okay, we'll come back." So they came there, and there's a place in Chandipur where they all came. So that's Advaita Prabhu when he was a child. he was a Shrutidara, wasn't a Shrutidara.
Listen and learn from.
You hear something once, you remember it forever. So when you get married, your wife says, "I accept you as my husband." You hear that, you remember forever. But you're not a Shrutidara, sorry. But you won't forget that. You'll remind her sometimes also. In the future, you say you promised, you say, So this is Advaita Prabhu and the king's son and Kali. You know Kali? Because Advaita was a friend, when he was a child, he was a friend with the son of the king. They went to see the goddess Kali. The prince offered obeisances to Kali, the Kali Murti. But Advaita didn't offer obeisances. He just stood and admired the beauty of Kali. The prince got angry and chastised Advaita. Hey, you don't pay obeisance to Kali, you nonsense. Advaita got angry. There are two kids, right? There's two 5, 6-year-old kids or something. And Advaita got angry, and he roared out. He roared like a lion, and the prince fell unconscious. The servants cried out, "Alas, alas!" They went to tell the king, "Your prince is dead." Meanwhile, Advaita ran away. And he hid himself inside an anthill. That's a pretty interesting hiding place. Inside an anthill. The king came and saw his lifeless son, and he started crying. And the king said to Advaita, "You're the greatest of Brahmins. How could you kill my son?" Advaita Prabhu was embarrassed. He said, "He's not dead yet. He's just unconscious." Dead yet. Your prince, your Yuvraj is not dead yet. He's just unconscious. I'll bring back to his senses. So Advaita made his king's son drink Charamrita to wash Vishnu, and the prince regained consciousness. Wow. Simply by remembering Charamrita, you get the results of visiting all the holy places. That's pretty good. So, what happened then? So that, seeing his son came back to life, the king was happy. And he distributed a lot of wealth to the Brahmins. So that was an interesting afternoon for Advaita. This is now more Kali continues here. There was a big Kali Puja festival, Bengal, it's a big thing. Kali Puja. There was all dancing and singing, and the waiter came there, he sat in the assembly, and the king said, "Hey waiter, what kind of behavior is this? Why did you offer obeisance to Kali?" And the waiter replied, "The Supreme Brahman is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is my only worshipful Lord. Those who are wise will fix their mind on one God. Forget about Kali." And then a Tarka Brahmin who was supporting the king said, "Listen and wait to all the devas and devatas, devis and devatas are worshipable. In Treta Yuga, even Ramchandra worshipped Devi to deliver Sita, because Devi is mother." And Kamalakshi said, "Oh, that was his father. That was Advaita's father telling his son, saying, you should worship all devatas and devis. Even Ramchandra worshipped Durga to get Sita back." So the kid said to his father, Advaita said, "Listen, Dad, don't get uptight. Don't get angry. Unless there's only one worshipful Ishadeva, there'll be problems. If you worship one Narayan, everything's complete. In this way, the father and son argue in various ways. As one's father is considered worshipful guru, as one's father is considered one's worshipful guru, Gurujan, your father, Advaita climbed up. He shut up. He stopped speaking out of respect. And then Advaita said, "Please forgive me, Father, for my offense. I will now offer obeisance to Devi." And when Advaita offered obeisance to Devi, what happened? The Murti exploded. The Murti, Devi Murti, Kali Murti blew apart. The king and his ministers and everyone and the father of Advaita Acharya were struck with wonder at seeing that amazing event. Because Advaita is Shiva. What's so funny? Advaita is Shiva and Kali is his wife. And the husband, Shiva doesn't pay obeisance to Kali. So she disappeared basically. Because she didn't want to suffer the offense of, because the king might force Advaita to pay, because he did. He offered obeisance to Devi. So because Devi left the deity, because her husband was forced to pay obeisance out of respect for his father. Because Advaita is a child, and his father was chastising for not paying obeisance. So to follow the Guru, because the Guru is God, Guru represents, Adi Guru is father and mother. So Advaita followed his father to pay obeisance, but then Devi didn't want to suffer the offense of her husband, accepting the obeisance of her husband, so she disappeared. When she disappeared, Devi fell apart. To follow. So Kali left there. When she left, the Devi blew up. Same thing happened, and where does Bhagavatam say it's the same thing? What happened? What? No, that's something like that. That's true, exactly true. But I'm speaking about this is the deity of Devi, and that's the deity of Devi also. That's correct. Tell me more about that pastime. So when Dacoits caught Jatbar, they're going to offer sacrifice over him to Kali. So they went to sacrifice, then the deity blew up and Kali came out and killed all the Dacoits, right? That's what happened? There's another one.
Kamsa killing the sister Maya.
I can't hear what you're saying.
Kamsa is
killing,
trying to kill.
The eighth, seventh chain.
Yeah, the daughter of Ishwara became Mahamaya. Well, I was singing Daksha Yagya.
Yes.
Daksha Yagya, because this is because of the exact context here, she was getting offended. The Advaita Acharya is, because Kali doesn't want to make offense to Shiva, it's her husband, right? Shiva is in the form of Advaita Acharya. Advaita Acharya is also Shiva. So she gave up her body and left the deity broke up. So the same thing happened to Daksha Yagya. Daksha is the father of Parvati. Or what's her name? Sati. Daksha is the father of Sati. And Daksha offended her husband Shiva, and Sati gave up her body, right? So that's parallel pastime. Bhagavatam pastime shows Sati gives up her body because she was offended. Here she was being offended by Sati, so she gives up her body. So that was when they were living in Navadvip. At the age of 12, he moved to Shandipur and started studying Sanskrit and Saddarshan. Let me see some other things. Oh, this is a funny. This is when Advaita was in Gurukul. You ever went to Gurukul? Went to Gurukul? Yes, no? Did you go to Gurukul?
No.
Well, you went to Asurakul. There's Gurukul or Asurakul? School is Asurakul. High school, grammar school, college, university. It's Asura. Asura means Rakshas, demons, Gnostics, communists. Universities are full of communists. Left wing. JNU. You know? This is a very nice story. One day the teacher in the Gurukul told the students, there's a beautiful lotus flower in this lake. I want someone to pick that lotus flower. But the problem is there are many thorny plants in the water growing, all big thorns. And many black snakes are also in the lake. Like maybe your old friends or something. So your old friends took more black snakes. Many black snakes in the lake. And they were guarding the lotus flower. And so the Brahmin smiled and said to his students, who can pick that lotus? In other words, like we say in America, I dare you. I dare you to do it. So a really tough guy said, I'll do it, you know. So Advaita said, I'm not afraid. If you order me to go, I'm not afraid. And all the other Brahmin students said, don't, why are you so proud and boasting? It's dangerous. How can you be so proud that you can easily walk across that path, all the thorns and black snakes biting you? And Advaita just smiled. He just smiled and ran, and then he ran out there. He ran, stepping from flower to flower across the lake. He picked the lotus and came back and offered to his teacher. Nice, good student. Seeing this magical feat, the Brahma was struck with wonder. He considered himself blessed to have such a student. Calling Advaita to a secluded place, the Brahma inquired, how do you do this? Do you have some mystic cities? Are you a Devata? Advaita Prabhu said, the three worlds are expanded from Lord Hari. If someone dedicates his life in Hari Seva with a pure heart, the 8 mystic yoga perfections come in his control. When a teacher heard this 12-year-old kid speaking all this stuff, he said, who is this guy? I think this kid is God. One day, Advaita told his teacher, if you're pleased with me, let me go home. The peaceful Brahmin said, my heart becomes restless at the thought of letting you go home. But if you really want to go, I simply request me to visit. You visit me whenever you can. So Advaita offered obeisance to his teacher, who started crying. The other students also started crying. And Advaita said, don't cry, everybody. We'll meet again. Saying this, Advaita disappeared. Everyone looked for him, and they couldn't find him. He returned home. His parents kissed his forehead and showered their blessings on him. Nice. That's enough school, huh? Go to class, pick a flower, and go home. show your stuff, and go home. What's the time now?
20, 18 minutes.
5 o'clock?
20 minutes.
5:18.
5:18.
Really slow. I mean fast. Getting lost in the way to glories here. He came to Vrindavan. Let's hear about his trip to Vrindavan. Where's the famous place in Vrindavan that commemorates Advaita's visit to Vrindavan? You live 10 minutes away from it. Have you ever seen it? You, Mr. G.
Me as
G, Mr. G.
me Mother Mohan.
Advaita Vad.
Yes, Maharaj.
Yes, no? No, yes.
I've got.
You seen?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, Maharaj.
Take her.
Yes, Maharaj.
See the sights. Advaita Vad, and there's Steve's and Madan Gopal there. Okay. So, Advaita came to Brajadam, and even though Mathura is a transcendental abode, the ecstasy of love is greater in Braj because of the Gopi's presence. Advaita rolled in the dust while glorifying the spiritual nature. When Advaita saw Govardhan Hill, you can overcome with feelings of ecstasy. He began dancing with his arms raised high. He finally came to a banyan tree in Vrindavan. In a dream, he had a dream of Nandanandan. Krishna appeared, playing his flute. Advaita became overjoyed and started dancing with his arms raised. Krishna said to Advaita, "You are Gopishwar Mahadev. You are most merciful." I once asked Guru Maharaj, I said, when we worship Gopishwar Mahadev or Bhuteshwar, can we think that we're worshiping Advaita Prabhu directly? He said, yes. So this is what Krishna told to Advaitacharya in a dream. He said, now you have appeared in this world for the welfare of living entities. My transcendental deity form called Madan Mohan is situated in a kunja. It's under the ground by the bank of the Yamuna. Previously, this deity was served in Dwasatatil. This deity of Madan Mohan was previously served by who? By Kubja. Pretty wild, huh? The deity was nicely served by Kubja, but the deity was hidden out of fear of dacoits. Bring some people from the village, uncover my deity, establish deity worship. So Advaita got people, they dug up the Drasati hill at Advaitavat, and they uncovered the deity of Krishna. some Yavanas heard about the deity installation. They wanted to come break the deity. So they came with weapons to Advaita Vat to break the deity. Fearing the wicked Mohammedans, militias, the deity Madan Mohan hid under some flowers as a coward boy. When the militias entered the temple, they couldn't find the Murti, so they went away frustrated. The next day, the Brahmin priest came to worship the deity. They found him missing and cried out lamentation. They told Advaita Prabhu, he started crying. And he said that time, Krishna came by his own will, and now due to some offense he has left us. Advaita felt greatly unhappy. He started to fast and wouldn't even drink any water. That night he slept under the banyan tree, and Madan Mohan appeared to Advaita in a dream. Wake up, Advaita. I hid myself under the flowers out of fear of militias. After seeing that dream, Advaita rushed to the temple. He went in the garden in the kunja and he found Gopal under the flowers. He regained consciousness. After he fainted when he saw the deity, Advaita fainted. After some time, Advaita woke up and he offered fruits and water to Gopal. When Advaita the Brahmin came the next day to puja. Advaita told him and said, go quickly to the temple, wake up Krishna and offer him worship. The deity should now on be called Madan Gopal. There's no need for you to know why. The Brahmin said, there's no deity in the temple. I already told you the deity's gone. And the Advaita said, no, Krishna cannot leave his devotee. And the Brahmin was amazed because he thought he went the day before, there's no deity. Now the next day there's a deity. How's it possible? And then he opened the door and saw a deity. Hey, you're back. Well, welcome back. So then he started worshiping the deity of Madan Gopal. From that day on, the deity became known as Madan Gopal. So he was Madan Mohan, then he was first discovered by Advaita gave the name Madan Mohan. Because the deity Madan Mohan was carved 5,000 years ago by Bhadranath, Krishna's great-grandson. Madan Mohan, Govinda, and Govinath. So they were lost, and Advaita discovered the lost deity, dug him up, and started puja. But then Madan Mohan, because Madan Mohan means Krishna Cupid, but Madan Mohan became a boy, became a young boy, and not Cupid. He's too young to be Cupid. He was a 4-year-old kid, little brat. He took the floor with a little baby kid, Gopal, to hide in the flowers. When the Moguls came to break the temple, break the Murti. So when he found him, he said, "You call him Gopal," because he found his Gopal. So Advaita changed the name Madan Madan Gopal. Then later, he left him in Mathura. Now this is the story. One day, Madan Gopal appeared to Advaita in a dream and said, Advaita, a Brahmin from Mathura named Chobe will come here, and there's danger here from wicked militias. Therefore, give me this Brahmin, he can keep me safe, and locked up in his house. So Advaita said, Madan Gopal, you're the treasure of my life. You give me happiness and strength. Without you, how can I maintain my life? Madan Gopal smiled and said, listen, I'm always under your control. Remember what has previously been described. This deity of mine is not different from a painting that Vishaka made of Krishna. And Radhika herself became enchanted on seeing that painting. That painting is still there in Nidhivan, Nikunjavan. Go there and take that picture with you and go to Shantipur. And then you can worship that painting. So I asked some people, where's that painting? Nobody knows. But what they say is that somewhere along the line, the Vaideshwara had murtis made of Madan Gopal there in Shantipur, and also in Navadvip. So then the deity of Madan Gopal was given to Chobe, and later on Snan Goswami did Madhukari Mathura, and the deity was given back to Snan Goswami as Madan Mohan. But in Chaitanya Charitamrita, it oftentimes describes the deity of Madan Mohan as Madan Gopal. So it goes like that. Madan Mohan became Madan Gopal, and then back to Madan Mohan. And now the deity of Madan Mohan is in Rajasthan, the village of Karoli. Okay. Watch out. Where do you use Diksha? Sorry about that. Sorry. Okay, this is the thing. This Vaideshwara had two wives. One was named Shri, one was named Sita. Or Sita Devi, yeah, that's Paramasi. Now hear about Shri and Sita. The transcendental pastime of Shri and Sita walking across the Ganges. Like Jesus Christ walked on water, so Shri and Sita walked on water also. One day on the other side of the Ganga from Shantipur, there was a spiritual festival. With dancing and singing, many people gathered there. And the two wives of Advaita, this before they were married, they're the daughters of Nrsimha Baududi. They got to the bank of the Ganges. But there's very big waves in the Ganges and strong winds. So the father left the daughters on one side and said, he went across the big boat. He said, it's too dangerous for you to cross. I'm afraid you may drown. So you stay here. You don't go to the festival, stay here. So, seeing his father went away in a boat, left the two daughters there. But they were not to be, they didn't like that treatment too much. So they said, they just, by their spiritual potency, they walked across the Ganges. The father was astounded to see his two daughters walk across the Ganges. He embraced his daughters, Sri and Sita. And seeing this, there were many atheists and puffed up people there. They thought, if these girls can walk across the Ganges, so can we. So they started walking across. When they got to the deep water, they started struggling for their lives. Everyone laughed loudly. The way to try to comment on this pastime of his two wives, nothing is impossible for Krishna's devotees. Some Vaishnavas came to Advaita Prabhu and said, you are an incarnation of Krishna's devotee. Your wife Sita Devi is Yogamaya and you're actually Goishwar. By marrying these two sisters, Sri and Sita Devi, you have inexhaustible powers. Marrying them will be favorable for service of Krishna. Advaita Prabhu agreed to marry the two daughters, and they did. They offered lots of bhoga to Radha Madan Gopal, and that prasad was given to everyone. Sita Thakurani and Sri Thakurani are considered to be one and the same. Mahavendra Puri, one day Mahavendra Puri came in a dream and gave Diksha to Sita Devi. And in a dream, Mahavendra Puri said, my name is Mahavendra Puri. Wait son of your husband is also taking mantra Diksha from me. I'd like to give you also. So Mahavendra Puri gave Krishna mantra to Sita, then disappeared. When Mother Sita woke up, she explained, how wonderful, Mahavendra Puri gave me mantra in a dream. So she described her dream to her husband, Vaitacharya. He said, you're very fortunate. And later, in auspicious time, Advaita Prabhu gave the same mantra to his wife, because he says, it's very fortunate you got in a dream, but I don't accept that. You have to take Diksha in a dream. I'm an Acharya, I'm your husband, I'm your Guru Pati, I'm an Acharya, I'm Guru. And I'm a disciple of Mahavendra Puri, so I'm also a Guru, so you take from me. Jivati. She was all excited, I got Mahavendra Puri, I'm your god sister, No, you don't, sit down. I'm the disciple of Mahavendra Puri, you're my disciple. That's how it goes. Haridas Thakur came and offered a basin in his way to the feet. The waiter warmly embraced him with loving affection. Haridas said, I'm fallen and untouchable. Why are you making an offender by touching my body? The waiter Prabhu said, here's the Prabhu, I don't consider anyone high class or low class. Whoever worships Krishna is from the Vaishnava class. That's a nice Not high class, low class, Vaishnava class. You got class. You're classy. Vaishnava class. It's cool. Court said, "Oh Prabhu, anything is possible for one who receives your spotless mercy." With folded hands, Haridas took those folded hands. Haridas took permission left. Okay. Haridas is some story about Haridas initiated Brahman and chanting holy names. That's not initiation. Just going to chant. Holy, yeah. There's a son of Haridas. Well, that's a good, this is a nice one. Haridas was once chanting holy names in a cave, and then a big deadly snake came in the cave and was listening to Haridas' chanting. Haridas grabbed the snake by the neck and initiated him in chanting holy name. That's what I had to do with Ganapati, I guess. Grab him by the neck. When Haridas chanted holy name and clapped his hands, Haridas initiated the snake. Haridas chanted the holy name and clapped his hands, and the snake started dancing around. And tears were flowing from the snake's eyes. The snake bowed his head to feed Haridas Thakur. Within a short time, the snake attained a four-armed form and went to Vaikuntha. When people saw this miracle, they started chanting. They said, if a snake goes to Vaikuntha by chanting, well, let me try it out too. Wow, amazing, huh? Haridas Thakur, the way beyond caste. Anyway, a lot of Haridas Thakur stories here. I see how he gives Diksha. His sons. Okay, here we go. One morning a Brahmin astrologer came and said in a gentle voice, the second son of Advaita Chandra, Krishna Das, has taken birth to protect Krishna Bhakti. As Kartikeya, the commander of the Devatas, protects 70 planets, this six-headed commander Kartikeya has now appeared as a son of Advaita. So Krishna Mishra in our parampara is Kartikeya, the son of Shiva. He's also very handsome. Kartikeya is very beautiful. He rides a peacock carrier. His airplane is a peacock. Pretty colorful airline. Got a good paint job on that airplane, man. The devotees are overjoyed to hear this. A Brahman astrologer made some calculation about Krishnadas. They said everyone should know this child will be a great scholar. He will be indifferent to material enjoyment and always absorbed in service of Krishna. and the Vaishnavas. Therefore I name Krishnadas. Everyone engaged in Sankirtan, and they had a auspicious day. They had a rice-giving ceremony for Krishnadas, who ate the first offered bhog to Madan Gopal and gave prasad to his son. We began Krishnadas' education at appropriate time and this and that. And third son, and goes on like that. Gopal Das. So first one is Chitnanda, then Krishnadas, Gopal Das. Goes on like that. A lot of different guys coming up here. Oh, Krishna. Lokanath Goswami also took initiation from Vaitacharya. So Lokanath Narottam Das is actually kind of descendant, but they people in Lokanath Narottam Paribhara, they say Lokanath took from Chaitanya, and there's nowhere told anywhere. The only thing that says anything, any shastra says anything about Lokanath's guru is the Vaitacharya's guru. Interesting point. Okay. What else here? Have you read this book? Have you read this book? You get it in Vrindavan. Books. It's a good book. You read it?
This one is how I read it.
It's in Hindi also. Available in Rockland. Bookstores, they carry it. Just see the standards of Brahmins, He explains here, Mother Sita was cooking a feast for Gauranga. She covered her mouth with a piece of cloth. Hair all tied up with a cloth, and that's really high-end purity. I marked that in my book. I was amazed. That's a nice thing. Vaitacharya said, it is Krishna's nature to always give credit to his devotees. Therefore, anything is possible. By the grace of Krishna, Saraswati of the spiritual world appears in the heart of a devotee to reveal the science of bhakti. Krishna is the most magnanimous deliverer of fallen souls. He descends to deliver living entities. That's nice. I think that's what I dream. This is account of Advaita's disappearance. One day Advaita Acharya was overwhelmed with Mahabhav. He called out to Gauranga, Gauranga Nitai, Gauranga Nimai, where are you? After some time he came to external consciousness and called for his sons. He said, dear sons, please hear my distress. My wicked relatives are blaspheming Gauranga. My heart can't tolerate it. I'm going to leave my body. Inform Gauranga's dear devotees about my desire and bring them here. Saying this, my Prabhu became stunned. Sri Achyuta quickly sent news to everyone. And Nityananda's son, Birachandra, came to Shantipur along with devotees. Gauri Das Babaji came from Ambikagram. Narahari Sarkar came from Navadip. Kavi Karnapur came Shamdas. Vishnudas Yadanandan, Advaita's other dear disciples. Advaita Prabhu said, my desire is that you preach Mahaprabhu's qualities and teaching as far as you're able. Now all you chant the name Gauranga and fulfill my long cherished desire. Gauranga, 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 Gauranga. On hearing his words, all the devotees were overcome with ecstasy. They chanted the names and qualities of Gauranga. Sri Achyuta Krishna Sri Gopal Thakur, Virachandra, Narahari became jubilant. Damodar Pandit, Gauri Das Pandit, everyone danced charmingly. Advaita was overwhelmed with love on hearing the glories of Gauranga. He joined his Sankirtan party and began to dance. Gradually, waves of the ocean of Sankirtan began to expand. Advaita immersed in that ocean of great ecstasy. His whole body was decorated with all ecstatic symptoms. He shed tears and cried out, Gauranga Kotai, my life and soul. The devotees surrounded Advaita Prabhu and cried in ecstasy. Then Advaita yelled out, I found Gauranga. Then all of a sudden, he entered the temple of Madan Gopal and disappeared from vision of mundane people. The devotees rushed into the temple looking for Prabhu, but they couldn't find him anywhere. They started crying, rolling in dust. Understanding that Advaita had disappeared, Achyuta cried loudly and said to all Gauranga's devotees, there was one branch of the desire tree of Gauranga's ecstatic love remaining after his disappearance. Therefore, Gauranga's pastimes had not ended. Today, however, Gaura's pastimes have come to an end. Hearing this, all the devotees cried incessantly, Ha Gauranga, Ha Nitai, Ha Bhaktavatar, Ha Advaita Chandra. Other than these names, nothing came from the devotee's mouth. And that lamentation, even stone-hearted people melted. Wow. That's it. That's how he left. He left hearing the name Gauranga. Advaita Acharya was a great devotee of Gauranga. So sometimes people, they say, oh, you're Advaita Parivar, you don't pay much attention to Gauranga. We don't meditate on the Astakaya Lila of Gauranga, otherwise we do everything everyone else does. Because we're Gaudiya Vaishnavas, so we're chanting Panchatattva mantra, and we're worshiping the Team Prabhus, yoga, meditation, praying to them, Gaur Nitaya and Nitaya and Gaura and Advaita, they're all one inseparable unit. Panchatattvikam Krishna Bhakti Rupa Panchatattvikam. There's 5 truths that you can't take away one from the other. They're all connected. Three Vishnu Tattva and 2 Shakti Tattva. Jiva Shakti, Shiva Sakor, and Ladni Shakti, Radharani Shakti, Ladni Shakti, Antaranga Shakti, Radharani, and 3 Vishnu Tattva. Advaita Prabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, and Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is the auspicious appearance day, birthday of Advaita Acharya. So we're his family members. We're also his family members. We're taking diksha in his family. and we're representing his family as best we can, and we wear the tilak of our family. It's our trademark. Like I have a trademark Intel inside, or Apple computer has a trademark. Apple with a bite out of it. Apple with a bite out of it. So this is our trademark. We're in a family of Advaita. I remember once, right after I got initiated, I was sitting in front of Gopal Mandir in Radhakund, and some Babaji came. He's showing Babaji Vaish. He's seen me before a sannyasi. He came and looked at me. He had jata, long jata. Jata. He said, "You're a Babaji?" I said, "Yeah, it's something." He said, "You're waiting for Haribar?" I thought, oh, he recognized you. I said, "Yeah." He said, "Who are you initiated from?" He said, "From Pandit Sri Krishna Das Babaji Maharaj." "Oh, really? I took Vaish from him also. He was Nityananda Prabhu, but he took sannyas Vaish from my guru, Babaji Vaish." So I said, "Oh, okay, good." So he recognized my trademark, Advaita Prabhu. That's why this is our tilak, Advaita Prabhu. So it's our family. So you go around sometime, you'll say, "Hey, are you Advaita Prabhu?" "Yeah."
One Mataji also. Yes, I also. Mataji.
Acha.
I speak Moon and speak.
Yeah, it's like saying, "You look Russian." You're right. "Yeah." "Oh, yeah, I'm from St. Petersburg." "Yeah." "All right." And you start speaking Russian. It works like that. One family consciousness.
He Gurudev Bengal. In
Huh?
Bengali. In Bengali. He Gurudev in Bengali Advaita Parivar.
Huh?
Her Gurudev is in Bengali, Guru.
Her Gurudev is Bengali, lives in Vrindavan. That's what she said. That's nice. Yeah, we have a temple here of Advaita Prabhu in Radhakund Prikamar. Nitagore Sitanath. 40 people taking care of that temple. Nice. Advaita's on the far right. Just like in yoga and meditation. There's Gorga over there, and the left-hand side of Chaitanya is Nityananda, and the right-hand side of Gadara is Advaita. Yoga and meditation. So any questions or anything about Advaita?
Internet questions.
Is there a question? Yes.
Radha Maharaj. Does Advaita Acharya have a gopi form in the spiritual world, such as Radha Dasi? If so, what is the form and name of Sri Advaita Prabhu in the Nitya Vrindavan?
Advaita Prabhu has a Manjari form in Goloka Vrindavan, and he also has a Sakhi form. But this is not for public distribution. But this is revealed in our parampara. These are what we call family secrets. Like, who's your great-great-grandmother? Your family, you know who your family is. So those that are in Advaita Prabhu's family, Diksha family, they know his Manjari name. And then some lines he has a Sakhi name. In my line of Advaita Prabhu, Advaita's a Manjari name. He's a Manjari. An important Manjari of Radharani. I think I lost it. We'll get it later. So that's the only question. Jai Radhe. Advaita Prabhu ki jai, jai jai Shri Radhe.
Babaji Maharaj ki jai.
Yes, from